All right, so we have these redbud flowers. Me and my kids were able to harvest yesterday.
The eastern redbud, a Midwest staple that can be found as far north as Michigan and as far south as Mexico.
Hey, what are you gonna do with all these flowers? I'm gonna make jelly.
Redbud jelly.
A member of the legumes family, same as peas and beans, these savory flowers have a sweetness similar to spring peas.
All right, I think that's enough. Let's leave some for the bees. Take one more handful.
So lace up those boots, put on the tick spray, and let's get out there and grab a couple handfuls of redbuds.
All right, so now we've got about 3 cups and 3 cups of redbuds. We're gonna squeeze some lemons and get some lemon juice.
So for every cup of flowers, you'll need a cup of water and a half a tablespoon of lemon.
All right, so I've heard 2 different things for this recipe. 1, adding the lemon juice as it's steeping, and 2, adding it after it steeps. So we're gonna do both, see which one works best. About 1.5. All right, you can already see this one with the lemon juice is already turning pink, while the one without is not. All right, so we're back now. We've been letting these redbuds steep over 24 hours, so now we're gonna check them out. All right, so clearly these are a lot darker. So this is the jar that had the lemon juice added. This is the jar that did not. It does have some color in it, but not as much as that. So we're gonna drain these, strain these, and then add some lemon juice to this and see what happens. Cold. All right, so clearly a lot darker for that. So we'll add some lemon juice here.
When you add the lemon juice, there is a chemical reaction with the high acidity of the lemon, which
Pretty similar.
darkens the color and draws out the color from the liquid.
Yeah, I mean, they're almost identical. This looks a little darker because it's a little more dense with the smaller bowl. But yeah, I would say adding it before or after doesn't really matter as far as color goes.
And as you can see here, the colors are virtually identical.
Okay, so now we've got our 4 cups of redbud infused liquid here. We've got our sugar and our pectin. So we're going to go ahead and move this over to the stovetop. All right, so we've got our redbud tea on the burner now. So we're going to go ahead and bring that to a boil. Once we get that to a boil, then we are going to add our pectin. Once we add our pectin, bring that back up to a boil again for 1 minute, stirring constantly, and then we're going to add the sugar. And once all the sugar's added, we're gonna let that boil again for 1 to 2 minutes. And the amount of pectin that we are using is 1.75 ounces. So we've got 4 cups of the redbud tea. We're gonna use 4 cups of sugar, 1.75 ounces of pectin. All right, we're about halfway there with the sugar. Incredible amount of sugar when you're making jams or jellies. little hot. Switch to the big whisk. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and set our timer for 1 minute. We may let it go a little bit longer, depending on the intensity of this boil. All right. Now comes the messy part. Look at the color on that. That is so cool. Now I know I could skim off some of these bubbles, but I don't mind them. I don't know how I got that right. I grabbed the right amount of jars. No clue. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. So yeah, it looks pretty darn good. We'll see how they set up, but I mean, I'm just blown away by the color. Can't wait to taste it. Supposedly it tastes a little bit like a floral cotton candy. So this is gonna make some really unique dishes, and as well as being a fan favorite of the kids, hopefully. A little bit of a bonus, we do have a cup left of the Redbud tea, so we're gonna make a Redbud syrup that we'll be able to pour over on certain dishes. So to do that, basically you're gonna do the same exact thing. You're gonna bring your tea up to a boil. Instead of adding the pectin, we're just gonna go straight into a cup of sugar. So a cup of the tea, a cup of the sugar, bring that to a boil for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we're gonna pour that into a container and use that as a syrup.
Just absolutely blown away by the color. The jelly turned out more red,
All right.
and the syrup had just this crazy pink fuchsia color.
Oh, wow. 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 Yeah. That's really good. It's almost like a raspberry and cotton candy. So like a raspberry cotton candy flavor. That is fantastic. The kids are gonna love this. Super sweet. Wow, yeah, that is fantastic. Wow, so yeah, in conclusion, this was a super easy recipe. Got the kids involved, got a lot of miles on the boots. These are all wild redbuds, so most of the trees that we found were too high to reach. Occasionally we'd find one where we could grab a branch and pull it down, the kids would strip it. But yeah, with the wild redbuds, you're gonna have to visit a lot of trees. I think we visited 20 trees to get 4 cups. Now, if you have one in your backyard that was planted, obviously those are gonna be fuller and lower to the ground, so you're gonna be able to get your 4 cups pretty quickly. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things after tasting this, and after we're gonna see the kids' reaction when they taste it. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna be something that we add to our annual foraging schedule. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. If you have any suggestions of how we could have done this better, or how you've done it, please leave that in the comments as well. If you can give me a like, a subscribe, a follow, whatever, definitely would appreciate that. And we got some more exciting things coming up for you. So hope you get out there and hunt, fish, and forage. Thank y'all.
I made Redbud jelly. Yeah! Dad made Redbud jelly. Yeah!
Hey, I'm recording.
Oh.
Don't be awkward. Oh crap, I wasn't recording. How is it?
Perfect. Good.
It's really good. I like it.
How is it?
Good.
That was take 2. Take 1, when you first tried it, wasn't recording.